Practice set 2.2. In the given figure, measure of angle y is equal to 108 degrees and measure of angle x is equal to 71 degrees. Are the lines M and N parallel? Justify. You are given that measure of angle y is equal to 108 degrees and measure of angle x is equal to 71 degrees. So, y is equal to 108 degrees and x is equal to 71 degrees is given. Now, what is x plus y? That is 108 degrees plus 71 degrees. So, that is equal to 179 degrees. Angle x and angle y forms a pair of interior angles since they are not supplementary. Because we are not getting x plus y equal to 180 degrees. X plus y is not equal to 180 degrees. But here x and y are pairs of interior angles. Since they are not supplementary, line M is not parallel to line N because of the interior angles test. Line M is not parallel to line N as it does not satisfy interior angles test for parallel lines. Coming to the second one, you are given angle A is congruent to angle B. You have to prove line L is parallel to line M. Consider C as shown in the figure. For our convenience, we have taken angle C. Measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle B is given. Angle A is congruent to angle B. That will be taken as the first equation which is given. Angle A is congruent to angle C, vertically opposite angles. Look at the figure, you can see angle A and angle C to be vertically opposite angles. Take it to be equation number 2. Now look at 1 and 2. On the left hand side you have angle A and angle A. On the right hand side you have angle B and angle C. If angle A is congruent to angle B and the same angle A is congruent to angle C, then angle B is congruent to angle C. This is from equations 1 and 2. Therefore, line L is parallel to line M by corresponding angles test. Now coming to the next one, you are given that angle A is congruent to angle B and angle X is congruent to angle Y. You have to prove that line L is parallel to line N. Angle A is congruent to angle B is given. Therefore, line L is parallel to line N. Take it to be the first equation, and the reason here is corresponding angles test, because angle A and angle B are corresponding angles. When we take line L and line M and line K to be the transversal, then since angle A is congruent to angle B is given, we have line L to be parallel to line N because of the corresponding angles test. Because A and B are corresponding angles here. Now, next, angle X is congruent to angle Y is given. Therefore, line N is parallel to line M by alternate angles test, because here X and Y are alternate angles. Take this to be the second equation. Take line N is parallel to line N to be the second equation. Now from equations 1 and 2, look at equations 1 and 2 now. The first equation also we have line M. The second equation also we have line M. So how to combine the equations? Line L is parallel to line M is parallel to line N. So line L is parallel to line N. This is from equations 1 and 2. Now we have proved that line L is parallel to line N. Now coming to the next one. Ray BA is parallel to ray DE. Measure of angle C is equal to 50 degrees. Measure of angle D is equal to 100 degrees. We have to find the measure of angle ABC. Here we have to make a construction. We are learning parallel lines and transversals. So let us make construction here. Let us draw a line parallel to line AB passing through point C. So line CF is the line which is parallel to line AB and it is passing through C. Now let us see the solution. Line AB is parallel to line CE. Take it to be the first equation. This is because of our construction. After construction, you write the heading solution. It is not written there. Please write. After construction, write solution and start this. Line AB is parallel to line CE because of our construction. Take it to be equation number 1. Next, line AB is parallel to line DE is given. Take it to be the second equation. Now from 1 and 2, look at 1 and 2, equations 1 and 2. Line AB and line AB is repeating on the left hand side. So how to combine this? Line DE is parallel to line AB and line AB is parallel to line CE. So you can write line DE is parallel to line CE. Now we have found out line D is parallel to line CE. Now consider this. line D is parallel to line C and take line DC as the transversal. Look at the figure. You are taking line DC as the transversal now. Line D is parallel to line CE and we are taking line DC to be the transversal. So because of the interior angles theorem, what can we write? Angle EDC plus measure of angle DCF is equal to 180 degrees. Measure of angle EDC plus measure of angle DCF is equal to 180 degrees. Write the reason: interior angles. If you want to prove parallelism, then only it is a test. Otherwise, it is theorem, interior angles theorem. So here the reason will be interior angles theorem. Parallelism is given and you are proving that the sum is equal to 180 degrees. So this is interior angles theorem. So you will write within brackets interior angles as a reason. Now substitute the values. 100 plus measure of angle DCF is equal to 180 degrees and find out the measure of angle DCF. This measure of angle DCF is equal to 180 degrees minus 100 degrees, that is equal to 80 degrees. Now look at the figure and see where is angle BCF. Now it can be splitted as angle BCD and angle DCF because of angle addition property. So angle BCF can be written as measure of angle BCF is equal to measure of angle BCD plus measure of angle DCF because of angle addition property. Now substitute the values. Measure of angle BCD is equal to 50 degrees and measure of angle DCF is equal to 80 degrees. So put the values there and find out measure of angle BCF. That is equal to 50 degrees plus 80 degrees, that is equal to 130 degrees. Now, line AB is parallel to line CF and line BC is a transversal. Line AB is parallel to line CF is our construction. Line AB is parallel to line CF is because of our construction. And now take line BC to be the transversal. And look at the figure. you will get measure of angle ABC is equal to measure of angle BCF because of alternate angles theorem. Measure of angle ABC is equal to measure of angle BCF because of the alternate angles theorem. So within brackets you have to write the reason as alternate angles. Now instead of BCF we can substitute 130 degrees, and now measure of angle ABC becomes 130 degrees. Measure of angle BCF, we have already found out it to be 130 degrees. So substitute the values here. So measure of angle ABC is equal to 130 degrees. That will be the final answer. So answer, measure of angle ABC is equal to 130 degrees. Now coming to the next problem. You are given ray AE is parallel to ray BD. Ray AF is the bisector of angle EAB and ray BC is the bisector of angle ABD. We have to prove that line AF is parallel to line BC. Now coming to the proof, angle EAF is equal to angle BAF, that is equal to x because the figure it is marked x. Take this to be first equation. The reason is ray AF bisects angle EAB. Look at the figure. You can see ray AF bisecting angle EAB. So you get angle EAF is equal to angle BAF. But both these angles are marked as x in the figure. So mark it as x. Take this to be the first equation. Now coming to the next one. Ray BC bisects angle ABD. You are given ray BC bisects angle ABD. So measure of angle DBC is equal to measure of angle ABC. Take that to be y because the figure it is marked y for angle DBC and for angle ABC it is marked y in the figure. So Now the second equation goes like this. Measure of angle DBC is equal to measure of angle ABC is equal to y. Now you are given ray AE is parallel to ray BD and take line AB to be the transversal now. Ray AE is parallel to ray BD. Look at the figure. Ray AE is parallel to ray BD and line AB is the transversal. So because of alternate angles theorem, you will get angle EAB is equal to angle ABD. Measure of angle EAB is equal to measure of angle ABD. Look at the figure. Look at the alternate angles. Angle EAB and angle ABD. So we'll write the reason here. Angle EAB is congruent to angle ABD, therefore the measures are equal. When angles are congruent, the measures are equal. So angle EAB is equal to angle ABD. Within brackets you will write alternate angles, because this is by the alternate angles theorem. So we will write the reason as alternate angles. Now EAB can be split into two angles. ABD also can be split up into two angles. And by angle addition property you can write, instead of EAB you can write angle EAF plus angle BAF. This is because of angle addition property. Similarly, instead of angle ABD you can write angle ABC plus angle DBC because of the angle addition property. Looking at the figure only you can write. Look at the figure. Angle EAB can be split as angle EAF plus angle BAF. Angle ABD can be split as angle ABC plus angle DBC. Now, looking at the figure, substitute the values over there. EAF can be replaced by X, BAF can be replaced by X, ABC is replaced by Y and DBC is replaced by Y. So X plus X will be 2X, that is equal to Y plus Y, that is 2Y. X plus X is equal to Y plus Y, you get from equations 1 and 2 after substituting here in angle addition property. Now you get 2X is equal to 2Y. Now how to get rid of 2? Dividing on both the sides by 2 you will get 2x upon 2 is equal to 2y upon 2. So x is equal to y. 2x upon 2, 2 and 2 will get cancelled and only x will remain. And on the right hand side 2y upon 2, 2 and 2 will cancel and only y will remain. So therefore x is equal to y. But looking at the figure, what is x? X is otherwise angle FAB. So you can replace x by angle FAB. Similarly, you can replace y by angle ABC. So in the figure, we can replace x by FAB and we can replace that y by angle ABC. But these are alternate angles. For the transversal AB. So line AF is parallel to line BC by alternate angles test. When you are going to prove parallelism, then it is test. Don't write theorem there. By alternate angles test. Therefore, line AF is parallel to line BC by alternate angles test. Hence, we prove that line AF is parallel to line BC. In all the proofs, you have to write the final statement like that. Hence, we prove that line AF is parallel to line BC. Wherever proof is asked, you have to write this final statement. That is very important. So here, what is the final statement? Hence, we prove that line AF is parallel to line BC.